Hello and welcome to this week's edition of the John Bierchen Show. I am Kendall Grayson, play-by-play voice for Alabama hockey, and joined as always by head coach John Bierchen. Coach, last weekend Alabama split with Liberty, 1 win and 1 loss, 7-5 win on Friday night and a 11-2 loss on Saturday. Going back to those contests, what are your thoughts against Alabama's battle with Liberty?
Well, on Friday night, we really got lucky. The first two periods were just not probably the worst periods of the year, and we were able to get a result that was positive. But, if you really evaluate in terms of execution and consistency, it just wasn't there. And, the result was in our favor on Friday, but if you kind of evaluate it and then translate that to Saturday, you could have seen Saturday's result coming. And then what happened Saturday was really, we were just not focused, and we were focused on way too many things that were out of our control, like talking to the other team, talking to the refs, communicating to our teammates in a way that wasn't positive, slamming our sticks against the glass when we didn't agree with the call, worrying about the score. When you're trying to be successful in life, it really comes down to three things. What do you got to do, how are you going to do it, and why are you going to do it? So if you're trying to break down, say homework, what do you do? What do you have to do? You have to do your homework assignment. So what is that assignment? You go home, you take out your laptop, you read the syllabus. What do I have to do? You write the paper, you read the material, you print off the material that you just wrote, you put in your backpack, and it's ready for school the next day. And that mindset and that process doesn't change whether it's August, November, December, whether your grade is an F in the class, whether your grade is a C, whether your grade is an A. So, that's a mindset that we got to get a lot better at having going forward. And I think the guys took this weekend as a learning experience. We talked a lot through the weekend about having this mindset, and it got better as Saturday went on, and hopefully going forward that mindset continues to be a focus.
Well, Coach, the NCAA program started their exhibition slate over the weekend, and we know that there are some unfortunate incidences involving CIS teams and NCAA programs. What are your thoughts specifically on those?
Well, this is a really hot button topic for me, because I'm really big on trying to grow the game of college hockey in the States. So you sit there and these programs, these CIS programs, which, CIS is just Canadian college hockey. So you have these CIS programs that are paid a couple $1,000s. I mean, it's different depending on where they're coming from and what the program is, but, they're paid a couple $1,000s to come to the States, play these exhibition games, and a lot of them are ex-major junior guys, so they have points to prove that, hey, like, I'm better than NCAA, and that a lot of them got out of hand with a couple brawls. There were a couple blowouts. I know in the Northern Michigan game it was 10-1. So you look at that, and everybody always wants to sit there and say, like, well, ACHA isn't good enough hockey. Well, when a CIS school is getting blown out 10-1, you're telling me that isn't, like, an ACHA school can't do the same thing? An exhibition is meant to get reps for everybody, and also to showcase something that isn't otherwise possible. Now, I can tell you the top 15, 20 programs in ACHA play good enough hockey to be able to give NCAA teams reps. Now, I'm not saying that the game's going to be close, but it's good enough to get people reps, which I think is what an exhibition schedule is all about. So, we just experienced Liberty. Kirk Handy and those people do a great job up there. I guarantee you if they went to play an NCAA program, they would be one of the more professional programs out there. You look at Lindenwood, coached by an ex-NHLer in Rick Zombo. You look at Jamestown, coached by an ex-ECHL coach who coached Greenville for 5 years and did a great job there in the New York Rangers organization. So, I just think that this is a situation that needs to be looked at in the future. I think it would help college hockey if you have, a brand name like the University of Alabama playing Notre Dame, even if it's an exhibition game. Like, I think it would bring enough intrigue, and it would help out everybody's program, and I think that's what everybody should be looking forward to do.
Coach, this weekend Alabama took on the Liberty Flames at the LaHaye Ice Center in Lynchburg, Virginia, a phenomenal 4,000-seat facility. The fans packed it out on Friday night, and a lot of work has gone into making that facility really the premier building in the ACHA. So looking forward in the future of the Alabama hockey program, what's the future look like for maybe an arena like that here in Tuscaloosa?
Well, when I took over in April, it was certainly on the to-do list, and we've done a really good job of improving as much as we possibly can with the program. And now we've gotten to a point where we can focus on this a little bit more because we've taken care of some other things. So it's certainly an in-depth project, and there's been a lot of legwork up until now. And there's some things that are being investigated within the city of Tuscaloosa. Not something that I can currently comment on, but if you're interested in helping either strategically or monetarily, please feel free to email me. My email is on the website, and we would be happy to have your help.
Coach, the home opener coming up tomorrow night in Pelham, Alabama. What are you looking forward to there? Finally playing in front of a home crowd after playing the first 6 games on the road this season.
Well, it's first off, it's always good to be at home. Get to be in front of your fans and family and alumni and fellow students and all that. So, I think it's going to be a really good experience. It should be rocking. It should be a sellout crowd since we're in a smaller capacity arena. So I think it's going to be a great atmosphere. Middle Tennessee State has done a really good job with building up their program. I've coached some of those kids in the past, and I also know their head coach pretty decently. He's done a really good job. So I think it should be a really good matchup, and we're glad to have them coming in.
Thanks for joining us on this week's edition of the John Bierchen Show, and we hope to see you in Pelham, Alabama tomorrow for the home opener.